So this is all the parts needed to build my takeaway robot. And most of these parts can be found within the educational version of the set. However, some of them may not be in the regular set, but you'll just have to figure out other places to get them, I guess, if you want to build this robot. Then there's some that's not in either of the sets, and for that you can just kind of wing it a little bit. You don't have to use Legos for these pieces. You can use something else that's about the same size and different color than the background you're going to use. But you have to have something like these, and I suggest you probably should get more than 5 of them, and I mean a lot more, depending on how long you want to play the game. 14 pieces like I got here is a reasonable amount of play time, but it's kind of short, so you might want to have more than that even. So anyway, we got the various motors, sensors, and bricks. There's the EV3 brick, you'll need that. The corresponding touch sensor, media motor, light sensor, actually no, sorry, color sensor. Then you also need the 2 large motors. And of course the EV3 comes with a different kind of wheel that is kind of new for this set. You're going to need that. You're also going to need some other specialty parts, such as the sprocket for the tracks, one of them. It's only one. And these cables, 1 long, 4 short. And you also need some other specialty pieces that are kind of specific, and I don't know what you call this little piece here, but it kind of looks like a little crankshaft of sorts. And you got these pieces here. Again, I don't know what they are called. This one here is in the NXT set, but it's a different color. But you could use either one. Color doesn't really matter for that one. And so some of those specialty parts, you would also need some other kinds. Now these 2 may not be in the EV3 set, but you will need it. They're in the educational set though. So if you happen to have that set, then you'll be fine. You'll have those already. And again, color doesn't matter for most of it, but there's a whole lot of those little pegs you'll need. And luckily there is a lot in the EV3 set. More than enough actually to do this robot. So there you have it. There's the basics. Of course there's the 2 wheels. And so that's what you'll need to build it. Alright, so I'm going to start with the motor, one of the motors. I'm going to start with that one. I'm going to use it for the left. Use it for the left motor. So for that, let's see. I got pictures on my phone of how it used to be. So anyway, so first step we want to do is take that motor, and we want to take a couple of bushings, a couple of this kind right here, and we want to take, let's see, an axle. And it should be an 8 long axle like that. And we want to take that. Oh, and another thing, we're going to want to get the light sensor out. I mean, sorry, I keep messing up. It's a color sensor. Anyway, we want to take that color sensor out. Okay, and I want to put 2 bushings on here, just anywhere for now. And this is going to go in the axle, in the outputmost hole on the motor. Down here. Now it's sticking out too far right now, but what we do is we take this bushing, this small one, this yellow one, and we put that on there, like that. Now you need to take the the color sensor. I don't know why I keep saying light sensor, but anyway, we take the color sensor, we mount it with the bracket side up in this case, and we put it in there with the cross hole on that axle. Then we take a 7 long axle, we poke it in right here on the cross hole of the motor, and just don't need any bushings for that. You could if you want to, but it's not necessary. Put that there like that, and that's for that side. But as for the other side, this is the same side that, but as for the other side of this motor, this is the same side of the robot as the motor for the the pusher will be. So what we have to do is we have to put some parts of the pusher because it's hard to get them in there afterward. So we take one of these three with the stop, one of these 3 longs with the stop on it there, and we take one of these dark gray things here. I don't know what it's called, but it's got 2 holes around on one side and a cross on the other. But we take this and we put this into the cross hole of this. So it's like that, tease it up like that, makes it look like a little L shape or something. And then you take that and poke it in here. There will be some excess hanging through, but we won't need to worry about that. So that's that. And then now we can put the other side of the motor on. And it will go on just like this. Yeah, like that round hole in the black one. But before you do that, I just realized, see, we don't have bushings on this side, so we're going to have to put some bushings on that side. Yeah, no, I just pulled that out. But anyway, we need to put some bushings on that side. We'll do the wheels last, in this case, I think, because it'll be easier to do that way. It won't be rolling around while we're trying to do something. Put that back in there. It's right there. There you go. And then we got one more piece to put on this motor unit here. We got to put a bushing on this end of this black shaft here. And again, it's going to be one of those yellow ones like that. And so we put this on there. And that's the basics for the front of it. It's a little wobbly right now, so for that we take 4 black pegs, and remember we had a ton of them because it takes a lot for this robot. But so we put these on the side that face forward, which is the side that has the axles. So it's a little bit front heavy, but we'll fix that in a little bit. So we put these 4 pegs, 2 on each motor, spaced 1 apart. Don't have to be spaced 1 apart. They can space right next to each other, but I think 1 apart is actually better because it keeps it a little bit stronger. Then we take one of these. I think this is an 11-hole beam. I think. Let's see. This is an 8-hole. I mean, 7-hole. So no, I mean not 11. It'd be 9. It'd be a 9-hole beam. So we take the 9-hole beam and we put it onto this to brace those 2 together like that. Now, what's next? Let's see. Now we can start working on building the frame for the back wheels. Yeah, so we do the frame next. Okay, so for the frame, we need to take 2 of these, 1 for each side. And we're going to start with the side closest to the motor. And we need 2 blue pegs, one of the short blue, some of the short blue pegs like that. The shaft on one side and the clip on the other. And we need to put them into the hole on the longest end of the beam. But it'll vary on which side you put it in. If it's put on this side, it's going to be on the left motor. We're not going to put it on yet though because we need another peg. So this other one's going to go with it the opposite direction. So if this one's going this way, this one has to go that way. And put that on there. We need 2 black pegs as well. They will go on it. One hole between them on the same end, like that. And then we put it so that the hook away from the front of the robot. Well, it's kind of hard to get on, but it'll go on there. And same over here. And that's part of the frame. We're not done yet, though. We also need to let's see. We need to put 4 pegs on 4 more pegs, black ones, on there. But we put 2 on each beam on the round holes behind it. We don't really need one in the thing there. It'd be nice to put one there. It's not necessary. It'd be a little bit stronger if you did put one there, but it would be more parts too. But anyway, put these on there on the inside side of it. And then we take 2 of these, I don't know how long beams. They're kind of long though, white, and see, this was 9. Looks like 9 plus 9 plus 6. That would be 15. So these are 15 holes. All right, so these are 15 holes. So we put a couple of these on there, and we put it so that the end is on the is lined up to the peg closest to the front, like that. And then again on the inside, we will put some more brackets. We're going to use 2 more of these, but this time we're going to use a blue peg on it because we need a little bit extra strength on that back piece. It's kind of flimsy. We put one into this one like that. And of course, we want to make the other one the opposite, the mirror of it. Let's put that one there like that. And again, like last time, we're going to put 2 pegs on the beams, spaced 1 away. And then we're going to mount them on the inside side, like this. That's part of the frame anyway. There's still more to be done though. That frame needs an extension. As you can see when the wheels are on there, it'll need to be extended down to meet. It'll still tip backward a little bit because I didn't quite get the length right. But it'll be good enough. So, see if we can. So we need to put 2 of these on it, and 2 of these right here, and they need to be held by only 2 black pegs. Okay, to put them on right now. And again, well, not again, but this time they're going to go on the outside side of it. We just put them on the 2 round holes just above the cross hole. And then lastly, we take this 7 long one, and these 2 things that you may not have, may or may not, put these on to that so that they're facing away from each other to make a little brace there. This is just for structural support, and then we put it 1 hole up from the very bottom where the wheel will go. We want to be able to have room for the axle to go to clip into there. Now, before we put anything too much in the way, we're also going to put the gate together, or the pusher, and that is quite a challenging feat at first if you're just first building it like me, because I had to get it in the right position and everything. But anyway, what we need for that is we need to take this little piece here. It may be black if you got the EV3 one, but if you got the NXT, it's probably going to be a gray or something. We take that and 2 black pegs. We poke the black pegs into this right there. You can't see it. Right there it is. So we put them into that hole and the one right below that. And then we put the T on its very edge. So it's like that. Okay, and then we take 2 more black pegs. We stick them on the top of the T, on each end of it. So it's like that. Then we take a 5-hole beam and put that on there. And the rest we'll get to in a little bit on that part. But we're going to go ahead and mount the motor next. For the motor, we use the medium motor. And hold on, I have to look at it again and see how I put it on there. Okay, so and we take 2 of these weird guys right here. And we take 4 black pegs, 2 for each side of the motor. Put 1 on that side, 2 on that side, same on the other side. Let's drop that one. Do it on this side too. Look at that. Let me just double check something here. Is that the right holes? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. And then we take the weird things here and we just put them on it, just that they face away from the motor on the cross hole part. Just like that. See? Oh, there. And then we take 2 blue pegs, which leaves us only 2 left for this build. And put them on there like that. And then we mount it so that it crosses over this black peg right here. So one of them is between these 2 pegs here. And the other one's somewhere up here. So we put it like this. Okay? You take 2 more black pegs. Put them right there. Right there. Just like that. And then we take, well, it doesn't really matter if it's red, but I used red in this case because it looks cool. But take a red 3-hole beam. Doesn't matter what color again. You can use blue, green, whatever. Put it there. And then you want to take a 3-long axle like that with no stop on it. You could put a stop on it, but it might mess things up. I don't know. I haven't tried it. But you put it into the crank thing like that, or little camshaft there. There are other ways to make this if you don't have that specific piece, but a lot easier when it's all one piece like that. And so now we want to put this on the motor. And we want to set it to where it's 45 degrees in an upward position towards the top of the robot, which is up here. So 45 degrees from the center. And then we will start working on the actual thing itself that goes through there. So what we do for that, we take one of these. Again, I kind of don't know what it's called, but it's one of the pieces that's been around for a long time. But it's like that, and we stick it on here. Then we take, let's see, how long is this? Hold on. Let's see, we got 5 there. Yeah, it's a 10. Take a 10 long axle, and we put that right there. Now here comes where it gets tricky. We need a way to keep this from just flopping like this. Just flopping up and down like that. We don't want it to do that. So what I came up with is we take 2 of these, okay, and we put the 2 blue pegs on them. One on one, one on the other. Can't put 2 on the same one unless you put one in the round hole, which we want to have the round hole open in this case for now. So we got the 2 blue pegs on each one of these. So we're going to put them in here facing downward and on the end of that gray piece there. Then we take this one that's similar to that one we used up here, but this time we're going to actually put, so this time it has a cross on both sides, and this time we're going to put, instead of blue ones, we're going to put the tan ones on it. Of course, if you lost some of your tan ones and you have some old gray ones, they're pretty much the same, just a different color. Maybe a different type of plastic, but they're pretty much the same. So we got that now. Now we can't just stick it in there and hope it works, because that's not how this is going to fit, you know. We actually put this axle through the middle hole of that, right there. We spread these out so we can get in there to clip them. Put them up there like that, and then we just clip them on. It'll be a little rough on the last one, but it will go. So now it's like that. So now it's like that. And we're almost done with that. We need to put, it doesn't matter, again, it doesn't matter what color, but the one with the set is red. And it's got a cross hole through it on both ends. And we put that on the end of the axle. And then we put a 2 long axle, and I guess in this set they make it red. Most sets are black on these in the past. But also, even older ones didn't have the little nicks in it like this does. So you might have different kinds if you had to replace one. But put that on the end of this, and then we take our final one of these, and we put that on there so it sticks towards the motor that's farthest away from the shaft. So it fits right between the 2 motors like that. And again, we take the final one of these. We take 2 black pegs. We stick them in this, but oh wait, we got a problem. We can't get under there, because they need to go underneath there. So I'm going to take that off, just for the heck of it. So I'm going to put this on here. Put these on here ahead of time, so we can get it on there. Gotta get it the right orientation, so if it's like this, we want this to be facing down. So, put that like that. And it won't be in the middle, because it's not possible. But it'll be centered in general across the whole thing. So that's what it looks like, see? Now we can put it on there. And we could put the axle in it first, but we don't have to. Which, by the way, is another 7 axle. You put that through here. You don't need any bushings on it. No need for bushings. In fact, maybe adjustability is good on this one. Now, if you were to run this, that gate will lower and raise like that. I don't know why it's catching though. Wasn't doing that before. Let me review some things. I might have something wrong on it. Looks right to me. Probably missed something. I don't know what. Well, anyway. Oh, maybe it's just because it doesn't go down that far anyway. Yeah, that's all it is. It doesn't ever go down that far to begin with. So that's why it worked. So it never really goes as far as that. It only goes up to like when it's straight across on this beam up here. So it won't go far enough to catch. but it will be a little spring loaded, which is probably a good thing. I didn't notice that before because I didn't have it going that far. But again, you want to keep this up like that because that's where, otherwise it'll push some bricks when you start the game. If it has to be down before you start the program, just push it up to where it's flat with this pretty much. Maybe a little down, but that's what you have to do. So, and by the way, the long wire will go on this motor, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on there so I don't forget. The short wires go on everything else. And so there's that part. We got the gate now. Now it's time to do some other parts. We're almost there, actually. Most of it is attaching the brick and the wheels, and of course I got the touch sensor, which we'll get to that last after. Could do it after the wheels. We'll do it before though. So next we'll attach the brick. Now the way I did that, see, it's got holes on the side of the brick, and what I do is I just put on the ones that near the screen, is put two at the very bottommost, two black pegs. The very bottommost one there. I just noticed a defect. Mine's got a little gap there. Just trying to push away. Anyway, it'll be alright. Okay, so put two there. And then the way I had it lined up, because the cables would hardly reach at all. So I had to put it so that the beam angles the same direction as the holes do at the top. Just like that. Then, two more black pegs will go onto that beam. It's hard to get them in there, but it will go. And then we just slip it on there. Just to kind of hold it while we do the rest of them too. You know, it's kind of hard to slip on there, but it will go. There we go. Might have to warp it a little bit. I don't know. So there's that. And we do the same thing to the other side. Of course, it would be mirrored. So we take a couple of black pegs, put it into the brick. Of course, this time you don't have to really put them on the beam. It makes it harder to get on, actually. So it's easier to put the two onto these beams. Okay, and then we put this on. This actually helps support the top from wobbling around as much too, because it kind of braces it across in a kind of weak fashion, but it does. Again, we put, just like last time on the back, we put two. Like this, but instead of putting two on the bottom, we only put one because I decided not to use the angle beam on the back because it's not really necessary. Saves a little bit of weight, but not much. Not that weight really matters with this, but it does save a little bit of weight. Okay, so I put this over here and over here. Another thing too, if you feel like these motors are too wiggly or anything, which they are a little bit, but if they're too much, you think, you can put another beam across there. It won't be a problem because it won't be in the way of anything or anything. So this one here, this medium motor, the cable from that goes to port B. And but before I get too distracted here, let's go ahead and put the other beam on that goes over here. Oh, and I'll put that one in the wrong place. Let's fix that. There we go. Alright, and there we go. And did I miss something? Because I got two extra black pegs left. Oh, right, that's for the touch sensor. We'll be getting to that here. Let me just wire up some of the motors and stuff. So, let's start with the left motor, and it goes to port A. Really wouldn't matter because this doesn't really steer or anything, but I have two motors for some reason, so that's what I got. And
Yes.
another one. Port D for the right motor. And I was trying to make it a balancing robot, so I never did use port 1 in this one, because port 1 was the gyro on the balancing one. But it didn't work, so I went to this one. So now I just have to put one on this sensor here. And it's really hard to get in there to do it, but it can be done. Just to kind of fish your way around there. And I'll go in. Alright, and put this through the hole back here. So I'm going to make it come from the back. And then I want to make it come along the bottom of it, like this. And then this one is the color sensor, so it'll go to port 2. Wait, yeah, port 2. Might have to add a little twist, I don't know. And now the touch sensor. I'm almost there. Now the touch sensor. And it's pretty simple to attach. We just take 2 pegs, put it on this side right here, and we mount it right here. And we take the last wire, put it on the bottom, on the back of the touch sensor, and it goes to port 3. Okay, and then we can put some wheels on it, but let's finish up the touch sensor. For decoration, what I did is I took one of these and one of these. It's one of those ones with the stop on it. Some sets have them in dark gray. But that, like that. You don't really have to, but for the fun of it, you can actually cross the holes so that one hole is underneath the bar of the other. Makes it look really pretty. And then we put the yellow bushing on here. Again, all this is just decoration on this part here, but you don't really need it. You can just use it like that. And you just put this onto the touch sensor inside the hole of it, like that. It makes a little big old button there to press. Now for the wheels. We'll start with the back ones. We put a gray peg into that. Actually, I mean tan. We put it down here. I don't know how many teeth that is, but you can tell by the looks of it, I guess, what kind to get. And same thing on the other side. These will fall off occasionally, so you have to keep an eye on them. And for the wheels, we just take one of these axles here. We put a bearing on it, and push it into a wheel, but we don't want to push it too far in because we want to have some room. Just want to have it pushing one stud worth, so one stud through it. You can kind of eyeball it too, but put that in there. Too far again. Make it just right. There we go, and just on there. And that's one wheel for that side. Do the same thing to the other side. These are 5 stud long axles, by the way. And just eyeball it. And the other wheel. And in case you're wondering, there are 14 pieces left that I haven't used. They're the game pieces. Just the game pieces. That's all they're for. To play the game. So that's all for today. See you on the tube.